My name is Terry Swoop, and I wanted to talk about Latinos who are saying the N-word and whether this is okay or it's not okay. Leave a comment telling me your opinion and whether you think this is okay or not. Now, there's a lot of Latino entertainers who say the N-word a lot. Cardi B says the N-word in every song she makes. Veronica Varga says the N-word a lot, and she says it in a derogatory manner. Veronica is a female rapper, and she has a song talking about niggas ain't shit. And this is a white Latina. She's not a black Latino. She's a white Latina. And she has songs out talking about niggas ain't shit in her songs. And she's on Love and Hip Hop Miami. And what blows me away is that most black people give her a pass just because she says she's a Latina. Even though there's a lot of black people who will say nobody should say the N-word unless you're black. If you're not a black person and you're saying the N-word, then should be not acceptable. But at the same time, they're giving women like Cardi B and Veronica Varga a free pass when it comes to saying the N-word. And Veronica is saying the N-word in a derogatory manner. The only black person that has confronted her about this is Amara La Negra. Amara La Negra is from the Dominican Republic. And her family migrated from Africa to the Dominican Republic. This is why I consider her a black woman, and this is why she considers herself a black woman. Now, she confronted her about her lyrics in her music. She was saying, you're not a black woman, then you shouldn't be saying the N-word. And her opinion is that nobody should say the N-word because of the history of slavery and oppression and where the word comes from. And I think she makes a very valid point. The word nigga comes from the history of slavery and oppression. So why are all these rappers saying the N-word in every song? That makes no sense. And for a white woman to be saying the N-word is absolutely ridiculous. But the only person on Love and Hip Hop that confronted Veronica about her lyrics is Amara. Amara is the only person that has confronted her about this. And when she confronted her about it, Veronica started cussing her out and getting mad and saying she's trying to act like she's better than her and all this bullshit. The reason why she's saying it because everybody's giving her a pass. Nobody's confronting her about it. The only person that's confronting her about it is Amara. And the fact that you have all these black rappers on the show and only one person is confronting her about it shows how delusional today's black rappers are. Today's hip hop is. Like I said, the biggest sellouts, the biggest buffoons, the biggest self-haters in America are these mainstream rappers. These mainstream rappers are the biggest self-hating buffoons on the planet. They're making songs demeaning dark-skinned women, putting down dark-skinned women, putting down dark-skinned people in general. But yet black people are praising this music like it's the greatest thing in the world. And this goes to show how lost today's generation is. It goes to show how lost today's generation is. Amara is the only person on Love and Hip Hop that I have any respect for whatsoever. She has class. She has respect for herself. She embraces natural hair. She embraces natural beauty. And I wish more females in rap music would do the same thing. I wish more female rappers would start doing the same thing. and stop following the European standard of beauty. But Veronica Varga is given a pass. Most black people in the hip-hop industry give her a pass. Most black people give Cardi B a pass, even though Cardi B is not a black woman. I've seen Cardi B make some of the most vulgar songs I ever heard before. She says nigga all the time in her songs, in her vlogs on the internet. She does these streams on the internet where she's saying nigga this and nigga that and nigga. But no black person confronts her about this. Why is it that nobody in the industry confronts her about this? If black people are serious about people of other races saying the N-word. Now, there's a difference between being a white Latino and being a black Latino. Black Latinos are descendants from Africa. White Latinos are descendants from Europe. Because Europeans colonized the Latino countries hundreds of years ago. They colonized Brazil. Europeans colonized Cuba. They colonized a lot of these countries in South America. And this is why you have so many white Europeans who are born and raised in Mexico. So many white Europeans who are born and raised in Brazil. Because Europeans colonized these countries hundreds of years ago. And then you have a lot of Africans who migrated to these countries. And this is why you have black Latinos and white Latinos. Now, most black people will say, it's okay for a black Latino to say the N-word. But they're against white Latinos saying the N-word. But when a white Latino says the N-word, a white Latino like Veronica Varga says the N-word, most black people don't confront her about it. Most black people don't call her out about it. Another good example of a white Latino would be Ted Cruz. If you look at Ted Cruz looks like a white man. He looks like your typical Caucasian white male. You would never know he's Cuban by looking at him. And the reason why is because his family are descendants from Europe. His family are part of this European colonization of Cuba. His family is part of the European colonization of the Latino countries in South America. This is why people like Ted Cruz, people like Veronica Varga are Caucasians. They're European Caucasians, while dark-skinned Latinos are descendants from Africa. If you look at most dark-skinned Latinos, they have kinky hair, just like we have as black Americans. This is why many Afro-Latinos will call themselves black women and black men, because they identify with black Americans when it comes to skin texture, when it comes to hair. And that's the huge difference between white Latinos like Ted Cruz and black Latinos like Amara La Negra. But a lot of people have different opinions about this topic. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Leave a comment, rate, and subscribe.